All right, here we go. What is up, everybody? Back in with another video. Thank you all for tuning in. Today I got you some NFL picks for the conference championship games, but there's also a couple other things I want to get into. First up being, we got to talk about these in-season interviews, mainly with Ben Johnson going to the Bears when he was just coaching the Lions in a playoff game. I put it like this. If you're coaching a team in the playoffs, whether that's offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, whatever it is, and you're interviewing with other teams while you're in the middle of the playoffs coaching with another team, how can your focus be on, because all throughout the week your full focus should be on your scheme, your game plan, getting your team ready, giving your team the best chance to win the game, to win the playoff game. An NFL interview itself takes hours. An NFL interview, a head coach interview, can go up to 5-6 hours. So I mean, if you're doing that, how can your focus be on winning a playoff game? And it's with your team's biggest rival. So I don't blame Lions fans for calling him a snake, all this and that. It's not necessarily his fault because, you know, it's the NFL rules. You're allowed to do it. That's why the rules should change. There's no reason to rush it. You've got all offseason. This can be done after the Super Bowl. I know some people mentioned because of free agency, because of the draft, you got to get your staff in order, all this and that. But it shouldn't be rushed like this. It shouldn't be rushed. Why does one guy's fucking next job, his next opportunity, why is that more important than a whole team's playoff game? Why do we give a shit as fans about his next job when, I mean, focus on the fucking playoff game right here at hand. That's what should make your resume look better. And why do the teams that are interviewing him, trying to land him, why would they not rather see his playoff performance? Why would they not rather see how he finishes out through the postseason? So I just don't understand it. It impacts the current team on the playoff. It makes no fucking sense. I just don't get it. So that needs to change. And we can't necessarily blame the coordinators because there's only so many opportunities to become an NFL head coach. It's not an easy gig to land. So, I mean, if that's what they got to do to give themselves the best chance to land the job, then I get it. But that's why the NFL needs to implement a rule where no interviews until after the season. It makes no fucking sense. All right, next up, you know I got to discuss this. You know I got to come after his ass. I'm tired of the excuses. If you're going to hype him up the way we do, then we got to tear him down when he deserves it. Lamar Jackson is overrated. Lamar Jackson is not a playoff quarterback. Lamar Jackson is not a player that will ever hold up a Super Bowl trophy. Lamar Jackson is a slightly better version of Kyler Murray. That's the truth. Lamar Jackson is 2-4 in playoff games. 2-4. And Lamar Jackson has been in the league since, 2017, 2018? 2-4. CJ Stroud has been in the league for 2 years and has just as many playoff wins as Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, 2-4 in the postseason. CJ Stroud, 2-2. Y'all don't see something wrong with that? Y'all don't see something wrong with as much talent as Lamar's had? And this year has Derrick Henry. There's no more fucking excuses. He's got one of the best tight ends in the league. He's got some wide receiver help now. I know Zay Flowers has been hurt, whatever. But the scheme they have, yeah, you can say they should have fucking ran the ball more. I get it. But Lamar could have played a lot better. He started playing a little bit better in that second half. But it's just always something. It's always something. If we're going to talk about he should get his third straight MVP, then why can't the motherfucker get to a Super Bowl? Why can't he get to a conference championship game? Yeah, he got to one last year, got his ass kicked. 2-4, y'all don't see a problem with that? 2-4 in the postseason. And this is y'all's third straight MVP. Which he shouldn't win the MVP. It should be Josh Allen this year. Plus, if we go back to the regular season, Lamar Jackson was pretty inconsistent at points during the regular season. There was a bunch of games that they shouldn't have lost that they did. Lost to the Browns, one of the worst teams in the league. Lost to the Raiders, one of the worst teams in the league. You go back, there's other games that he didn't perform. He didn't show up in. He was inconsistent. So, yes, he's flashy. We get it. The fucking highlights. Obviously, he can pass. I'm not fucking just writing him off like some people, like he's just a running back or nothing like that. I'm not calling him Anthony Richardson or Justin Fields or nothing like that. But he's just not a playoff quarterback. He's not. He's not. He's just not. If we're going to say it about Dak, if we're going to say it about all these other people, let's not be scared to say it about fucking Lamar Jackson. It's just the truth. It's just the truth until he proves it otherwise. So until Lamar Jackson at least gets to a Super Bowl. I'm not even going to say yet he has to win one. Can he get to a fucking Super Bowl before everybody keeps licking his balls? Can he do that? Can he at least get to a Super Bowl appearance? If Brock Purdy can make it to a Super Bowl appearance, can Lamar Jackson not go to a Super Bowl? Jimmy Garoppolo has made it to a Super Bowl appearance. Can he not at least make it to a Super Bowl? So, I mean, I think it's time that all the hype for Lamar Jackson cools down a little bit. Seriously, I mean, it's just time that we start treating him more like a top 7 to top 10 top quarterback instead of trying to treat him like a top 3. He's not on the same level as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. This is a hot take. Jordan Love is a much better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Obviously not running around athletic. I'd take C.J. Stroud over Lamar Jackson. Truthfully, I would. I would take C.J. Stroud over Lamar Jackson. Jaden Daniels, you'd obviously take over Lamar Jackson. So I just think we really need to start being realistic. Stop being so biased towards him because of his highlight plays, because of his popularity, whatever. So yeah, I just think he's overrated. I wouldn't want him in the playoffs. And another thing, I said in my last video, it's time to fire Mike Tomlin. I said that. You can't ride off your history. You can't ride off what you did a decade ago or whatever. Mike Tomlin, like I mentioned, he's still riding off a Super Bowl from 2008. John Harbaugh is riding off a Super Bowl from 2012. So you can say the same thing about him. It's time for him to go maybe. Maybe it's time for a new voice in Baltimore as well. So I'm not going to fully put it on Lamar. We got to come after John Harbaugh just a little bit. But come on now. 2-4 Lamar's playoff record. Just stop fucking taking up for him. Stop making constant excuses. 2-4 is how I feel. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna give you my picks for the conference championship games. As you know, I do fuck with the alternate lines. So should I take Washington plus 7.5? Stick to your gut. Jaden Daniels can't handle a big moment like that. I remember the first game this year when the Redskins played the Eagles on Thursday Night Football at the Link. The Eagles kicked that ass.
You even put on that Washington.
Because I don't ever give out no bullshit. I give out what I put my money on. Fuck it. Eagles -5. No tippy-tappy, none of that backtracking shit. That's what I stand on. All right, here we go.
5,
Are you
3, 2, 1.
Next up, I got you Jay's plays of the day for the conference championship games. So this first pick is difficult for me because I'm not going to lie. These last 2 playoff games, I've doubted, not Jaden Daniels specifically, but yeah, him too. I've just doubted Washington a little bit. I thought it was a good story. I know they're on the come up. They had a good season, but I just didn't really think a rookie quarterback was going to do what he's done so far. So I got to give him his flowers. I didn't think they were going to beat the Bucs. I definitely didn't think they were going to beat the Lions. So it looks like I would learn my lesson. And a part of me is very tempted because the Redskins are getting +6. Redskins. Washington is getting +6. It's very tempting for me to take Washington +7.5. Buy that up just like I did last week. The Rams versus the Eagles. The Rams were getting +6. I bought that up to Rams +7.5. But I have to go against Washington again. I have to doubt Jaden Daniels again. A rookie quarterback is not going into Philly at the Link and beating the Eagles. It's not happening. If you go back to the first game, I know regular season is a whole different fucking game than playoffs, but go back earlier this year. Thursday Night Football, Washington at Philly. The Eagles kicked their ass. They beat the shit out of them. Now, I know that the Eagles and Washington played again since then. At Washington, Washington won because Jalen Hurts got hurt in the first half. And they were getting their ass kicked when Jalen Hurts was playing. And then it's when Kenny Pickett came in, that's when Washington came back. So good season for Jaden Daniels, good season for Washington, but it's just about to end. The Eagles will handle business here. Good season for Jaden Daniels, Rookie of the Year. Honestly, here's what I honestly feel like. Fuck Rookie of the Year. Jaden Daniels really should be MVP. Jaden Daniels should be MVP. Truthfully. I mean, at some point, there's got to be a rookie, the first rookie to win an MVP. Just like Johnny Manziel was the first freshman to win the Heisman, it's time for a rookie to win MVP for the first time. So either Jaden Daniels or Josh Allen should be the MVP over Lamar Jackson. That's just my opinion. But yeah, give me Eagles -5 versus Washington at home in the NFC Championship. All right, next up, got the AFC Championship. We got the Bills at the Chiefs. What I started to do in this game is the Bills are getting +2. I started to play it safe. take it from Bills +2, buy it up to Bills +3.5. But we're not pussies on this podcast. Not all the time. You can't always play it conservative. And honestly, this is just how I'm feeling. I think the Bills have the best chance of beating the Chiefs out of anybody left in these playoffs. My homeboy disagrees with me, but if you hate the Chiefs, and a lot of people do, if you're tired of seeing the Chiefs win constantly, you better hope the Bills get this done, because the Eagles aren't beating the Chiefs, the Commanders aren't beating the Chiefs. So if the Bills don't beat the Chiefs in this game, you can go ahead and bank on it. The Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. But don't worry, Chiefs haters. Don't worry, because the Bills are going to win this game. Fuck the plus, fuck the points. Bills money line at the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Josh Allen's going to make it to his first Super Bowl. He's going to play the Eagles. He's going to beat the Eagles. So give me Bills money line versus the Chiefs for a Bills versus Eagles Super Bowl in New Orleans with the Bills winning. All right, that's all for this one, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Really quick, go ahead and like and subscribe for me. And also, I got another project on the way soon. I've got another side podcast coming soon. Me and another one of my homeboys, Kirk and Jay Unplugged, coming very soon. I'm going to drop the logo right here, but we got that on the way. Be on the lookout. It's going to have its own separate channel. It's going to be its own separate thing. It's going to be more than just sports. It's going to be a very exciting podcast. No off limits. We're willing to go any direction. We don't got to be completely educated on the shit. We're going to bring other people in. We'll be a better version of like the Breakfast Club. So going to be very entertaining. Going to be sports also, but something you don't want to miss. We got that on the way. Be on the lookout. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.